Hey guys. Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about some fantastic modulations by Keith Jarrett. And we're going to start by reviewing some of the more traditional modulations that we know from classical music, from direct modulation to the more sophisticated pivot modulations. We're going to see two types of them. Hey guys, say hi if you're there. Also a good idea to like the video because I'm seeing it right here. So today we're going to talk about two Keith Jarrett two of his older tunes. Hello, Vancouver. We're going to start talking about two of his older tunes. First one, Semblance, from his first solo album, Facing You. From Facing You. And the second one, Spiral Dance, from his first album with his European quartet, 1974. Hey Jacob, let's go. Hey guys, great to see you here. We've got a very interesting video coming up today. Interesting lesson. So let me first start by playing Semblance, and then we're gonna go back to the issue we're dealing here with today is modulations. So Semblance by Keith Jarrett, like that, starting from the E sus chord, 7 sus 4. Hey Connor. Again, very short. Starting with this sus chord, we're already on the move. It's not starting from a stable tonic chord, it's starting from a dominant chord. And this shift to another key, we're going to talk about it. Another shift, F major, one more time, buonasera Donato, hey Scott. So the first thing I want to say about this melody, Semblance, this tune is I want you to notice how clear Keith Jarrett is by letting the melody tell us what the harmony is, collaborating with the bass. What do I mean by that? We're starting from this. This is the third, right? Again the third. And the third. The third. Third. The third again. The triad. So we had this really strong shift from F to the F sharp. So he's making sure that we hear that by playing the entire triad. Can't go more clear than that. See? So we got several interesting key shifts here, like modulations. And I want to start by talking about two types of modulations that we hear in pop music and in classical music. So the first one that we hear in pop music is very, very effective, quite primitive. That means that we're just shifting to the next key without any preparation. So I always like to give this example by ABBA, Money, Money, Money. So there you go, they go A minor, and then that's what we call direct modulation. Not very elegant, yet very effective, especially if it's a 2-minute song and you want that boost of energy towards the end. It works perfectly. In classical music, we have composers creating long structures of music, and they like to make this shift to the new keys. Sometimes, I'm talking about 18th, 19th century, using a more sophisticated process. So one of them is, of course, the what we call the pivot modulations. They are using a chord that is member in 2 different keys, use it as a door to the next key. Let's give an example. So we're in C major, let's modulate to G. So the chord we're going to use is A minor. A minor is the 6th degree. A minor is the 6th degree in the key of C major, but it's also the 2nd degree in the key of G major. So the point here is to first establish the sense of a key for the listener. We don't want to start the music and modulate right away. It's like me starting talking about modulation for just 30 seconds and then moving to talk about another topic. It's not going to work. Maybe not the best example, but you know what I mean. So first, what we want to do is to let's try to create a model of such a procedure. Okay. So first, we want to establish the sense of the first key we're in. So we're going to do it by So I start by just playing, go from 1 to 6 to 4 to 5, okay? And then I go back to C and let's modulate now. Now I use the A minor as the 2 to D7, already using the F sharp from G major, and then moving to G. So let's do the let's modulate now. Now, I'm playing now G major, and I got to the G major with D through playing using the F sharp from the G major scale. But for the listener, that might not be enough. He might say, "Yeah, you touched on this F sharp, you are in G, but maybe you're gonna do and you're back to C major." So this is not modulation. This is not moving to live in a new city. It's just visiting, Doesn't mean that you are moving to the... So to create the sense of me really moving to another place, I need to establish that new place. So what I'm going to do after modulating, I'm going to play another... I'm going to extend the progression a little bit, so to make the listener kind of forget where we're coming from, forget about the C, and feel more at home with the new key, with the G. Let's try to do that. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So I stayed long enough on the G to create the sense of, okay, we're now in G major. Although, for the classical composers who wrote like huge structure of a 10-minute movement symphony, or maybe 15-minute movement, this is not even the beginning. I mean, it's not enough to... it is a modulation, definitely, but when we do analysis of this movement, from the higher perspective, people might still look at it as an event within a greater C major. But for us, this is how it works. This is a pivot modulation. For us, this is a modulation. We established the tonic, then we moved to the G, and we established the new key by playing a little bit and creating the sense of the new key. Okay, so these are the two types. The first one is what we saw with ABBA, just shifting to the new key, very effective with shorter songs, and the second one more elegant, more sophisticated, etc. Now for Keith Jarrett, Keith Jarrett avoided calling himself a composer. And I think what he meant by that was not that he didn't like to compose music. He did, and he's one of the greatest jazz composers ever, in my opinion. The thing is, what I think he meant by that, I'm guessing, is that he said, I'm not into this thing of taking this little melody and creating this huge structure out of the same way Bach is doing in his fugues. Like take this small seed of music and creating this long story. I'm not into that. I'm also not into writing this little melody and then creating this harmony around it, and better said, taking this melody, then modulating to another key and playing the same melody again, the same way Bach is doing here. Let's give the very, very classic example of... So we have this melody in B minor, and when he's moving to F sharp minor. So what Bach is gaining here, he's gaining the fact that the melody is being repeated, which is good because the listener can relate to it better because he's hearing it twice. But the modulation Bach is doing is allowing him to create interest because it's not the same key. So he's getting the best of both worlds, repetition and tonal interest, the modulation. For Keith Jarrett, I don't think from what I've seen, he was not interested in this type of strategic thinking. What we see in Semblance is not a melody that's being surrounded by harmony or by an harmonic structure, this little melody that is being treated in all types of ways. No, here it's the melody itself that's dictating where the music is going to go. You know what I mean? So it's not a simple melody with reharmonization. It's the melody itself getting us to the new places that we're going. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We got some interesting harmonic shifts. The first one we start from the dominant of A, E. Okay, E moving to the 5 of A, but instead moving to the 4. So he's actually not playing the A. And then E moving to A. So E is the 5 of A. So actually what we did, we moved down from this A. We never really played it. We played the 5 and the 4, but it's there, the A, somewhere in the background. And then so it's A moving down to A flat. So here's the A flat. And then from the A flat, nothing special, moving to the 4th degree and to the 5 and back to the A. So from the A, we move to C7 and to F. So it's like okay, it's interesting because it would have been more normal, I would say, if he would have gone to the relative minor, F minor, same key, but that's nice. So we got this harmonic shift of A flat moving to A, like that. So and it's not everything. We still got more. So here's that F, and touching on that. Remember that F minor that we didn't play? Here it is. And now, so from F, a modulation to the triton. And then from E, back to A. Instead of A, he's playing the 5. You know, this is stuff that you can think about with your own music. For example, playing the 5 of a certain key, but instead of moving to the 1, go to the 4. And you're helping the listener, but by not just moving to the with the chords, but also making it sure to play the F sharp with the D. You know, F sharp, the third of the chord, is the most important note of the chord because it is telling us whether it's major or minor. Okay, so this is one thing, and then we have another motion, a whole tone down. So from A, if you know the album Facing You, you know these types of motions not just in this song. I know that some of you guys know the album, so there's a tune that goes like that. But anyways, you can look it up, Semblance, and look for the PDF and go over the harmonies and see these shifts. So we have this from A to the dominant and A flat. From A flat to F major. All he's doing is playing the dominant, playing the dominant. It's a 5-to-1 motion. It's a 5-to-1 motion. It's a 5-to-1. A lot of 5-to-1. It's very, very clear and powerful. But as you can see, it's the melody that's dictating where the music is going. It's in his interview with Rick Beato, Pat Metheny talked about what is melody for him. So melody for him is not just the melody, it's also this type of thinking, of this motion forward, including the harmony. Okay, so this is, I would call it melodic modulations. If we're looking for a good term for that, melodic modulation. Anyways, so let me read some of the stuff he said. Yeah, Facing You. Hey, Christian from France. How's it going? Yeah, Facing You is absolutely incredible, but strangely, through 4 songs are some of my favorite the world. The other 4 I did not like. Okay, that's perfectly okay. The ending it's a phenomenal album. Anyways, another tune that I'd like to talk that that is made of the same type of mentality of this melody leading the way, not just a simple melody, then being modulated, being treated, reharmonized, maybe treated like exploring the motifs in that melody and then developing those motifs. This is something that Lyle Mays was into. Lyle Mays was a composer in the exact tradition that maybe Keith Jarrett wanted to avoid. That tradition of developing a motif. That was Lyle Mays, the architect. Keith Jarrett was not into that. It was not. So let's see another example. Spiral Dance from his first album with the European Quartet. So in Spiral Dance, we have, let me play it first. What a way to start an album. So starting from B flat major, and then a semitone up, so what's happening here, he's in B flat, and we can look at it as a modal thing. But I want to look at it in another way, moving to this, I call it C flat actually, not B, from B flat to C flat, D flat, to the E flat. E flat is the 5 of A flat. But from E flat he's moving to this chord. So this chord is, you know, we can, if this, we got this chord and moving to this one, that could be the 6 of A flat minor. Let's see that again. So we get leading, this is leading to the 1, but instead to the 6, except the 6 of A flat minor. I know it's not, might not be easier to see at first, but because when analyzing something like that, we also have to consider that there may be chords that are not being played, that remain in the shadow. So we just get to the 6, or just to the 5, or just to the 4 of that chord. Same thing we had before. We played the dominant of A, but instead of we never played the A. Actually, we moved to the 4. So this is the 6 of A flat minor, and then moving back, and then back to this 5, again to this 6 of A flat minor, but finally back to this B flat. So I would think about it as if you're thinking about the harmonic areas we touched on, we were playing B flat, A flat minor, the 6, this is the kind of progression that we have in his tune Personal Mountain, if you know. Move from the 1 to the 6 of, basically from 1 to A flat minor, but to the 6. But again, what we have here, my point is that we have a melody. You know, Keith Jarrett, you can see, you can look into his soul with these melodies. It's not that he's looking for modulations. It's not using modulation as a strategy to achieve interest, like taking this melody at the beginning of the symphony movement and then modulating the same thing we saw with the music of Bach. No, the modulation is part of the stormy nature of that melody. That's my point. Very, very, very unique and very, very personal. And I missed that in later years when Keith Jarrett was playing standards. Well, I missed the actual improvising on triads that we heard so much in his earlier music. It moved to the more jazzy standard. It was great, but I did miss this famous color of Keith Jarrett that Pat Metheny, for example, never really let go of. You still have these triads with the music of Pat Metheny, but then again, Keith wanted to move to the next level. For him, yes, I did that already. I know that you might miss that. You can always listen to the album, but I want to move forward. And then he moved forward with his improvised concerts. That again, the improvised concert of 2016 doesn't sound like the Köln concert from 1975, because he was, you know, he still is, even though he's restricted playing music. But Keith Jarrett is all about looking forward and express himself. That's why he's so powerful and so influential. So yeah, that is what I wanted to say today. Lelaine is fantastic. Yeah, harmonies of my song is amazing too. Starbright, yeah. Oh, Treasure Island. Hey Juan, thank you. I'm doing great. Yeah, it does sound like a Napolitan chord. I like to see it, yeah, in a way, but these Napolitan chords that we call are usually what they are. They got this fancy name. This is the Napolitan. These are the German chords, but what they are usually chromatic moves within the chords, and there are other types of chromatic motions that never really got a fancy name like the Napolitan or the German chord. What do you mean, Daniel? In what sense? What are you referring to? Oh, I could use these stars here. Yeah, Treasure Island. This is by Keith Jarrett, I think 1973. This is one of the most beautiful things ever. I can play just some of it, starting again from this. That's so great again. Treasure Island by Keith Jarrett. Yeah, isn't it wonderful? Treasure Island. Look for that album. Got a lot of fantastic tunes. So Juan is saying there's a lot of jazz guys who forgot to study triads and its motions. They are more focused on upper structure chords. I guess all Metheny fans feel that is that as a mistake. No, maybe not as a mistake, but the thing is, again, when you play triads, remember how Keith was playing the third of each chord to make us hear the clear F major, F sharp major, G major. These require a lot of precision when improvised upon on. Yeah, I mean, it takes Larry Golding. I think Larry Golding took lessons with Keith Jarrett, and he grew up with that generation of people who grew up listening to Keith Jarrett and his triads. It's hard. I mean, my first tip that I give myself, the way I try to practice that, is go to Bach, because I always like to give this example of this prelude. He doesn't need left hand for us to hear the harmony. And when you try to play over triads, stuff like that. It's hard. That chord in Treasure Island, the E over G, is part of the melody. Da, 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 da. Maybe he heard something like that. Yeah, Fred Hirsch warms up with Bach chorales, and he's awesome at voicing. Yeah, he's fantastic. In one of my latest tunes, my own tunes, I had a melody that just wanted to move to different directions, and I had kind of the it was going by the same direction of what I showed from Keith. Goes like that. I titled it "Hello Europe." So yeah, this was a melody that wanted to go to yeah, this one's Hello Europe. I'm trying to produce it. Try to yeah, it's about to be produced soon. Okay, guys. I think we're done for today. I said all I wanted to say about these primal energy modulations that are maybe not even modulations. They're just melodies that go in a very just move expressively, traveling through several keys. But when we analyze these melodies, we can get ideas of how to move to different keys, how to do these harmonic shifts. And yeah, where I'm going to be talking about these types of things in the next live streams. So later on I'm going to leave this stream. If you're interested in looking at it again, or just part of it, don't forget to comment, to say something, or to ask a question. Comment if you have something to say, a question, or and don't forget to like also the video. It helps. And yeah, I'll be seeing you next time. I'm thinking maybe next time we're gonna do Q&A questions that you guys have on music. Next time I'm gonna give you an example by Brahms on when Brahms felt that kind of energy with a melody that wanted to move in unexpected directions, kind of the Keith Jarrett way. We're gonna play it next time. Yes, guys. Thanks, Daniel. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And yeah, see you next time. I think it's gonna be again Sunday, 5 p.m. GMT. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys. Thank you. Oh, the finish button is here. Okay, bye.